record.
Okay.
From are you talking about from our first record from 2007? Yeah, well, the first record we actually wrote specifically, like, the first record was just a whole compilation of stuff that we were just writing here and there, just trying to write songs. And
okay.
This one we actually sat down on a covering filter. How about that? We just got off tour with them. But basically, what we did was, we sat down and kind of started writing songs as a concept. So, and actually writing songs for a record. So we actually were able to sit down, put our heads together, and really kind of and then the recording process for this record was way more mature too, because we signed with our producer's label after recording 5 songs, and so we basically took us like 3 months. I know that sounds kind of prima donna-ish, but we were touring in between, so it was kind of cool because it broke up the monotony, like sitting in a studio for days and days on end. So sometimes I like that stuff, and sometimes sometimes it's good to just get out and release a little energy. But we were able to sit down and really take our time. I think God, our producer, was so patient because I was changing stuff all the time. Going back and we got a better line here. We need to go back and change it. So we really got to sit down and take our time and get what we wanted out of it. And our producer really pushed us, hard on this record, for performance-wise. So.
And you do the majority of the writing?
Me and my guitarist, Chris.
Okay, and you guys on this album was pretty much that?
Yeah. One thing we did on this record that we've never done before is, after playing with people for 7 years, same people, your music you feel like starts to become kind of the same. So what we did was we went out and co-wrote with some people too, just to get some ideas. Some of them worked out, and then some of them, some of the people were trying to take our songs and change them into theirs, as opposed to elaborating on what we're trying to do. And we ended up finding this guy Jay Kajak, and him and Chris just hit it off and really got it. So there's a couple songs on the record we wrote with him as far as the music wise. It's just one of those things where you get to learn from somebody. Hey man, what do you think about this stuff that maybe you haven't thought about before? So that was really cool. I really enjoyed that because it kind of gave us some new way to look at some things. So I really like that.
Is it kind of like life experience type things, or is just?
I find that everything that I've been doing lately has been just a constant learning process. Going on tour with the Filter and Saliva, I sat and talked to those guys countless hours, just because it was just one of those things that I just never all these guys have so many experiences and so many different pieces of advice. If you're not sitting there listening, you're gonna miss out on it. So I just take away from every situation, whether good or bad. I mean, there's some writing experiences that we were writing with these people that I was able to still take away something, even if it was just an awful experience. It's still, it's like pulling teeth.
Hopefully not too many of those, though, right?
No. You can find out the first 1 or 2 times if you're actually sitting there, and nothing's going the right way. You're just not on the same page. So.
Okay. What when you were out touring with Saliva and all that, what bands were really inspirational to you? Anyone specific? Was it just
you want to relocate? You want to relocate someplace else?
This is okay.
Yeah,
Sure, they're going to start playing really loud.
I just got a few more.
Okay. As far as being on tour with them, what bands?
Yeah.
Those guys for sure.
Just all of them?
It was those two and A New Revolution.
Right.
And a lot of those guys have been touring for countless years. Just a whole bunch of different things, and I was able to just really learn a ton from those guys. Just pick their mind and ask them questions. To find out how Richard Patrick warms his vocals up. Just go through stuff. Just ask them here and there. Not overbear. I'm like, hey guys, you have to tell me everything that you guys do because I need to get successful right now. So it's just one of those things.
So it's just a nice experience being able to pick somebody else's brain and say, well, maybe take from that whatever you can.
Yeah. Well, we're able to sit down with them and it's also one thing when a band doesn't hold itself up on their bus and just kind of be antisocial, because there's certain bands that are like that. These guys were hanging out with us all the time. Once we got put on our buses, our first 5 days of tour, I think we went to hell and back. We went through 2 trailers, a van. And finally, they just put us on this big 32-foot RV, which had a washer dryer. It was this thing we really probably didn't need, but it made everything easier for us. Just no more stress. Nobody wanted to kill each other anymore. But it was cool. So once we got on there, we became the party bus, because not even the party bus, but the hangout bus, because there's certain guys that in the other bands that, you know, were completely sober, so they didn't want to hang out here. So the guys that did want to come have a couple beers after the show or whatever, come up on our bus. So it really kind of like upped our social status as far as that goes with the other bands, you know. So we were able to make better relationships and stuff like that. But you know, just it was good. Here's a funny story. We actually did Richard Patrick's underwear. We washed it for him. He comes up and he goes, "Hey, you guys think you could wash our underwear for us?" I was just like, "You're kidding me? All right, yeah, whatever, man."
Yeah, you guys got the luxury, right?
Oh yeah. Well, the funny thing too is we put it all in a garbage bag for him. We put it by the door, and our guitarist was sick at the time, so he was throwing his like snot rags in his clean laundry. Rich comes back on our bus and he goes, so I stick my hand in his garbage can with his garbage bag full of my underwear, and I just feel this disgusting feeling. I think I laughed for about 45 minutes. I just could not stop laughing, and he just kept talking about this. So it was funny. But
just the fun on the road stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so with lyrics and stuff like that, I heard that you like to write in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m. to 5 a.m.?
Yeah.
Is that, you haven't gone to sleep yet? You just woke up? Or
I usually wake up in the morning. It's like one of those things I start thinking about stuff, you know, and it's like your thoughts are clear, there's no noise, no nothing. I was actually dating somebody at the time, which that used to bother her a lot. Like when I wake up and go in the kitchen, I'd be sitting down on the ground, like writing. Yeah. And then, even after, I would go back to bed and convince myself I'll remember this. I go over and over it in my head, so I don't even really get good sleep. So the entire time I'm actually writing a record, I'm pretty much a zombie during the day, you know.
This is our first time seeing you guys live.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about
awesome.
that. Do you guys have any pre-gig rituals or anything that you guys do before you go on?
My bass player likes to drive me insane, changing pretty much right before we go on stage. So it's crazy because like, I'm one of those guys. Like, everybody down on stage by like 15 minutes. I'm kind of like a freak when it comes to stuff like that. But me personally, it takes me about 45 minutes to warm my vocals up before a show. Okay. And I just pace back and forth. I'm a very antisocial person about 45 minutes before a show. People will be talking to me and I'm so focused. Like it's like talking to like a brain dead person. Like I just look at them and just like. So it's not. I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything like that. I'm just like I'm focusing.
But the band members probably know.
Oh yeah.
You're in your time.
They go and if they see someone talking to me, they'll come up and like, hey man, come over here. You know, so they get it now.
Dave has his time now, right?
Yeah. You know, I don't want to come off like I'm this jerk or anything. I just get myself prepared and focused to get on stage. You know?
Is there like a big adrenaline level happening?
That's the love of it. Getting out there, you know, tonight we got 45 minutes, you know, and we're gonna bring it. You know, that's what I live for.
Okay. Now, being totally, obviously dedicated to the band, what else do you like to do? Any time for anything else?
Other stuff that I like to do outside of the band, you know what? There is not a lot of time if you actually sit down and think. But I like playing fantasy football. I like watching football.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Teams?
I'm a Bears fan for sure.
Oh, okay.
My fantasy football teams, I don't know, I get to do my draft on Tuesdays, so.
Oh, okay. But definitely Bears, well.
Bears, Blackhawks, yeah, that's what I do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your handwriting, right?
Yeah. In the last interview we did with actually Rock On did with you guys in California, you were talking about the band and things that you kind of had to forget about, hide, that kind of thing. What are some of the hardest things that you had to give up? Or that you had to sacrifice to do what you obviously love to do?
I got real lucky, knock on wood, with my job at home. I work for a guy that really cares about his staff. I got real lucky with it. The other guys not so much. Some of them had to drop some of their jobs and stuff like that to go do this stuff. We do have a very supportive investor though, who's been helping them out, so we're able to go do this stuff. But when I come home, you know, I got a job that allows me to leave for 3-4 months at a time and come back and work 3 days and then leave again. You know, so other things that we've had to give up. Everybody's gone through a girlfriend too. People that think at first they think they're going to be okay with it, and then all of a sudden you're gone for a while, and you know, a lot of people tend to. I mean, I do it myself. You know, let their mind wander. You don't answer or something like that. So it's a lot of fights and stuff like that. whether they like it or not. And you know, why would I ever give up music for anybody? It's like it's what I love. You know, I'd just be like, might as well shoot myself in the head then. You know. So yeah, I mean, some of those situations kind of suck, but you pull from them. You know, put them in your music. So
that definitely comes out in that.
Yeah. Some of it's not too nice.
Yeah. Well, you know, hey, you go down both roads, right?
Exactly.
Okay, I have a question about your RV. I know you guys just had that. You guys have a name for it?
No, but we had a little hood ornament.
Okay.
It was like this little squirrel, and his name was Gus.
Okay.
We brought it with us everywhere. People would have it in their hands, the pictures in the back of pictures and stuff like that. When you turn it on, it made like this noise, like.
So was it like the squirrel that went around and you're like, oh, we're in, you know, Wisconsin?
Kind of, like something kind of like Alien Ant Farm just did. I was looking at their pictures online the other day, and they had this like they acquired this like plush like leopard, this huge like leopard, like full size, life size leopard that they would put in. It was every picture. Every single picture they had, I was just like, we gotta start doing something like that. That's awesome. That's just hilarious, you know? So none of these pictures were even serious.
I do the same thing though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a, you know, the paper towel roll in that?
Yeah.
I call it a dirt-to-dirt. Because you know, you go dirt-to-dirt. So I call it dirt-to-dirt, and I put a face on, and it traveled with me.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun.